How's the sound now, guys? It should be fine, so we can get started. Drop some pairs there, and then let's analyze and get started with this. Yesterday's trades played out pretty well. We saw this US30 play a bit of tricks here. Dropped down again, pushed up, and then came down into the break-even level, and then eventually just ran away. So that was a pretty good trade. US30 was a textbook trade. The pair literally just came into the level and then triggered and went all the way out. For those that are trading with us in the bootcamp and that have been following us, would have missed this trade merely because it didn't go deep enough. So we're gonna let this go. But I know some of you guys took the trade, and I think the CHF JPY played out also pretty awesome. This maxed out at 12R, so it was a pretty good trading day yesterday. So yeah, I see Colin wants us to look at GJ. I was playing around with GJ earlier. I didn't really see much happening with it, so I'm just gonna restart the whole process. Start on the daily, take a look at it from the daily, mark our daily key zones as usual. Get to those levels where you know price is very sensitive, and we'll basically try to find a trade which will trigger nearer to this area, going down based on this whole structure, this whole bearish structure. And in order to do that, we'll have to be a bit patient, and then dropping on the 4 hour, we will see how the 4 hour played out. I was looking at a sell from this level, but it turned too quickly. So see, it turned way too close to the key zone yesterday, which was around 54 points. So that was gone. And then if we drop to the 1 hour to try find trades within the levels, and this is where now you start looking at tighter stop loss ranges, so your spreads have to be on point. We start spotting this area here where there is some liquidity. Of course, you know that price will eventually come back up, pick up those prices and drop down. So what we can start looking for is your area we'd want to enter this from, and ideally you'd want to wait for it to take this first, to take the liquidity and drop down. Then what some people do is they would expect it to come back up all the way to this level, which is a bit too far-fetched for me. Still expecting price to drop lower first, and once it does, we can get some good entries from there. So what I would do, my approach with this one would be to wait for price to start pushing up, and this is trading on the hourly, of course. Pushing up and finding an area here where you would be going down with it, and you would probably use this candle here. This is a good tee-off area. It's not the perfect one, it's just good. So you'll just wait for price to get into those levels, and then of course sell from there. You could get a better stop loss range. What that means now is once price does push up into this area, you want to see what it does, because it could firstly go up, take out all this liquidity that's laying here, and then tank down from there. So that's how you'd want to approach it. So this is why we still use stops all the time. We never ever use limits, because what limits do, and I keep explaining this, is you find price pushing up, get into your area, trigger you in, and still continue up, stop loss, and then comes down from there. So just limit the probability of getting kicked out as much as you can. So we'll wait for price to actually get in, and then 50% of this, put a buy, a sell, stop, and then wait for price to be triggered. If it does get triggered, and if it does push up all the way, your trade does not get triggered. Sometimes you do get wicked in, so that's a pretty unfortunate way. And if you are using the Wushu toolbox, of course, price does get into the area, and then the Wushu triggers it for you, manages it for you, pushes your stops, your partials, TP, and so forth, trailing stop, and so forth. So this is how I would approach the GJ trade on the hourly. And bear in mind, it's not as strong as it should be. And if you were patient enough and waiting for those beautiful trades, you probably go on the daily. And on the daily, we would look at price basically firstly coming back into this level, and we follow the very same procedure we just followed now here, and then wait for it to drop from there. And it does come, if it does drop a bit further going down, we'll probably look at it pre-New York. So I am looking at launching pre-New York sessions, guys. So just be on the lookout on our free Telegram channel, and hopefully we'll find the right time to launch it, and then we'll probably keep watching what price does, because it allows us to basically review all the morning trades, all the morning setups, and once price does push up to these levels, we'll be fine. If it does go down, we'll be able to pick up some patterns going down and find a nice sell-off area going down with it. So that's how this pair would be approached. So it is on the hourly. You do find that area, and if you do want to refine it further as is now, you can do two things. Number one, you can just go 50% fib of this, and that will allow you to basically minimize, or rather reduce, your stop loss range to that. But what that means now is I think it should be around 5 pips or less. Yeah, so now what you do is you'd wait for price to get into this area, and then put your sell stop, and then wait for price to trigger it in. That's what you do. And if you're using the Wushu toolbox, of course, you'd just mark your areas, and then you'd be good. That's how GJ would be approached. And then I see somebody wants us to look at the Dow Jones Industrial Average. Let me mark that. That's another one I don't really focus on, but I know we did it yesterday. One of our students on the bootcamp did it, and it looked pretty good. So I'm not sure if it played out or not, but I'll ask. I know they had a sell. Let me just see if I'll just take a look at it later. Okay, so with the Dow Jones, we do have a area here that you'd want to keep an eye on the daily. And then you do see price is breaking down. It is breaking down. So this level is high. We've got this high, and then lower high, of course. And then we do expect this level to hold. So whatever price does going back up, it shouldn't pass this level. And then we should expect this break. But let's see how that works out. Drop into the 4-hour. Into the hourly, and then price starts getting a bit clearer and clearer. Then let's see how the 30 minutes look. Okay, so with this, how I would approach it based on what's happening here, I would look for a sell off, and I would probably use it's already at the price point, but I'll probably use this level here. I don't know if it will work out, but I'll use this level as my tee off, which is where it is now. Probably drop lower into the 15 and so forth, and probably look at tightening it a bit, and sell off from there. Will price get into that area? I'm not sure, but we will try find how it plays from this zone, and then going all the way down probably to your next daily zone, and watching it from there, because you do see this level was broken. Let's see, mark it like that. And then if you want to trade it from the daily, you'd expect it to go back up and take it from this candle, moving down, so it would look something along these lines here, going all the way down, of course. And then we never ever stop our trades manually. We either get stopped by trail, which is what the wushu does. We try to take advantage of every single pip we can get, every single percentage we can get. So that's how the Dow Jones would be approached. And what other pairs do you guys want us to look at? We got a slot for 2 more pairs, and then that'll be the end of this session. If you guys don't have anything yet, that's awesome. Follow the charts, follow the pairs, follow our free channel, and you'll find some nice setups moving forward. Any questions? Drop them on the side there, guys. Looks like you guys are sorted. That's fine. GU. GU. So this is how the Dow Jones would look. GU, I don't know if I found, oh, I did look at it earlier. I didn't find anything beautiful on it as well. Didn't find nice setups. So what I am waiting for is to see what price does at these levels. And then even if we drop it on the 4 hour, it's still pretty much the same. Let's see if we can maybe have a fresh look at it, and who knows, we might probably find something on it. But I am getting a lot of what's this, invalidations when I look at it. But ideally you'd want to be bullish with it, and being bullish now would mean now you'd want to wait for price to basically, okay, let me just do this, let me mark what I'm saying. So I saw what it did here and I was not excited, and then I saw it repeated the very same thing here, still not excited. And so what I would probably do with this pair on the 4 hour is to wait for it to basically past this level, pushing up, of course, confirm my bullish bias, and then look at entering the pair when it comes back down into these levels. And like I said, it wasn't giving me nice setups, so I'll probably look at it coming back down. And if I do go into the hourly, I would find a nice candle to work with, which would be somewhere in these ranges. And if I go deeper into price, I will find a nice candle to work with, which would give me a good stop loss range, because 20 is still too big. So I'll probably look at doing that, drop into the 15, and yeah, I would look at using this candle here. I'd include that as well. But this is a type of setup I'd probably wait for, and only if this 4 hour is validated. And like I said, I wasn't seeing clean price action. I always like it neat, so you want to see how price behaves. So that's how I would approach this. Probably if I go deeper into this, I'd find something in the lower time frames based on, I'll just show you now quickly, just based on this area alone. Let's go and zoom in. Let's go into the 30. So just looking at the 30, this is where now you start scalping, which is not something I do. And you see it does the very same thing that it keeps doing at the top. But we could probably find something if you do watch it from here. If it does break this level, of course, you follow the same procedure. You wait for it to come back into this level and basically buy from there. But like I said, you go find some very tight stops here, or you can wait for the bigger time frame and then going all the way up to the levels at the top. So you follow the same procedure. Price comes back into the zone, you watch what it does, and then you have a buy stop. Or price comes into the zone, you watch what it does, which is what it did right now, and then you basically go back up. But right now you still want it to firstly go up, break this level, come back down, buy, and then all the way up. So that's how I'd approach the GU. And yeah, that's about it. That's about it. Okay, I see somebody says I should share the the Dow Jones on Telegram. I don't trade metals. I mean, I only trade gold, and current to gold, the way it's at my area of interest, but I still need it to drop a bit lower. I need it in this blue area, and then I'm gonna analyze what it does in there and probably look for a buy. So this is how my gold setup looks so far on the hourly. Yeah, this is how my gold setup looks. I am waiting for it to give me some good moves at the bottom, good confluence, and I will look at going up with it. And that's about it, guys. Let's chat again tomorrow. Come with the page that you want us to look at, and we can take a look. Other than that, check out the bootcamp, check out the free channel, and check out the Wushu toolbox. Happy trading, guys.